Welcome back to The Division 2. This is the follow-up video I mentioned in the last one that I was going to be doing this about the manhunt. In the last video I did talk about I feel the developers have basically become lazy, they're not posting recaps, they're not letting people know about maintenance and stuff. But at the same time, something I heard on State of the Game has led me to believe that there is possibly something coming up for The Division 2. I have no idea if that's true or not, we'll have to wait and see. But in this one, I want to talk to you about the current manhunt that's going on, the one that will lead us to take down Fei Lao, or just eventually come across Fei Lao. Don't know what's going to happen with that when we are taking down the prime target or looking at the prime target. But this started off okay. It did in the very first one, I can't remember the boss's name, but it did lead us to do a bounty that, like, in a location we had already been to do a previous bounty, and it wasn't fun. It was very dragged out, tedious, boring, and it's been exactly the same with the second one, except there's been a lot more problems with this second boss, the second boss being Kestrel. So we started it, and we've actually completed it now. We've taken down Kestrel, and we have to wait, I think it's 3 weeks for the next target to become available. But during Kestrel, we took down the control points, and I noticed in each of the manhunts I've at least looked at or taken part in, there has always been 4 separate regions you have to do things within in order to unlock that kind of like boss fight, to take down that target. So the first target included 3 different regions, then you had to head over to the Pentagon, do the Pentagon and the DARPA Research Labs mission. Well, Kestrel only has 3 regions you have to do. I think they're missing 3 control points to the one before, a couple of bounties, and possibly 1 or 2 missions as well. It's incredibly short compared to the previous manhunt target. And I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, it is, but it's not just that it's bad, it's the fact that people have to have the expansion, so they've paid to take part in these manhunts, and some of them are really short, and it's pretty much the only thing people are doing besides like grinding Summit, doing the raids, jumping into the Dark Zone or whatever. The manhunts are currently like one of the biggest, most played things because it's pretty much all we have. So the fact that people have had to buy the expansion in order to play, the fact that people are paying into the premium track, and they're getting less content with this second boss. But what makes that even worse, because that's not necessarily a huge problem, but what makes it worse is if I show you now, when I clicked on Kestrel to activate the bounty, Kestrel kind of got stuck in this weird animation thing that kind of had Kestrel spazzing out on the bounty screen. And that was the start of the problems that got even worse. The only thing is, we took Kestrel down really quick. We're playing on normal difficulty because we don't need any loot or anything. We just wanted to get through the manhunt just so that we have the opportunity to do the Fei Lao prime target thing at the end of Season 4. So on normal, we run through it, we got to the Kestrel fight, activated the spazzing bounty or whatever you want to call it. Then we got into the actual thing, so we've gone to the location, started taking down enemies. Kestrel spawns in, and I think this is happening for a lot of people, but Kestrel doesn't decide to walk. Kestrel has this kind of like, I'm not going to say T-pose because it's not, but their animations are broken, like completely stuck, and they just slide along the floor. You'll see it for a split second, because as I said, we're on normal, we took down Kestrel very quick. But that is the main boss of the second part of this manhunt. And to have that broken, like, they normally do have several problems with the manhunts. Well, not necessarily the manhunts, with their seasonal content. We've had global events that wouldn't activate for a certain amount of players in a group. We've had league missions have, like, progression blocking bugs. There's been a lot of issues within the seasons. But I've not taken part in too many of the manhunt things, although one of the ones I have just so happens to be bugged. And this isn't necessarily just a dead topic, just, talk about something else to moan about in the game. This is expressing my concerns, because if they've done that with Kestrel, I've been hoping that Fei Lao has a very good send-off to the seasons, or the seasons they had planned for year 2. And if Kestrel is bugged, are the others going to be bugged? Is Failal going to be broken? Are there going to be progression blockers? What's going to happen with that sort of stuff? Because the community managers and stuff have become relatively lazy, not letting people know about maintenance, not posting their recap articles for the week. And now this with the bugs that won't be fixed, they're like 100% won't be fixed because there's nothing progression blocking. It's currently like still the holiday period sort of thing. So I don't think they're going to bother with it. And if that's the case, are there going to be issues with the other manhunt targets? But what I'm going to do is leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.